I think so much of the time we think fear is the enemy. We use fear as a dirty word. And I think fear is a different example of what pain is in the body. It is a felt experience of a kind of pain, but it also really serves us. It can serve us and it can be a disservice. Both are true, but what is true in either case isn't the actual fear itself. It's our relationship to what fear is in any given circumstance. So fear is really useful and really serves us when we're walking late at night and we turn down a side street and there's a strange man and we feel very uncomfortable and suddenly we want to run away. I would say fear in that circumstance is a good thing to listen to and to turn the other direction and maybe find an alternate route. Maybe that man sends off a vibration that is like not a good person. Obviously, we want to make a detour. When fear shows up because we are going after a big dream, we're going after something that is outside of our comfort zone, when we are starting a new project, when we are committing to something that is new and never before experienced, and fear shows up, those are places that we have the opportunity to evolve our response to fear. I'm going to say that again. We have the opportunity to evolve our response to fear. Fear is always going to be present. I really feel like one of the things I want to make crystal clear is fear is always going to be present. It's going to be something that is in our lives. It is our relationship to fear that can 100% change and therefore change how we experience fear and what fear becomes in our life. One of the things that I like to see is fear is kind of like a guidepost or a friend, right? It's either that backseat driver that's driving me absolutely crazy, and if I listen to it, I'm always gonna say, circling around the same block over and over and over, taking a right and then taking a right and then taking a right and then taking a right, and I'm gonna stay stuck. Or sometimes it can be the guidepost that tells me, man, this is an area that I get to grow. This is letting me know fear is showing up. I'm going to celebrate the fact that it is here because it is letting me know here is my comfort zone and I'm getting ready to step across it. Does that mean that we then are free of fear and we never experience it again, or we make that step outside of the comfort zone and all is resolved and we're totally fine? Nope, it sure doesn't. No, what happens is we then get to move forward with our fear. We get to take that energy that would have completely paralyzed us or kept us from going after the thing that we wanted, and we get to use it and move it towards the direction of what we want. It doesn't always have to look like big steps. It can look like little steps. It can look like one little step in the right direction towards the thing that we want, while we at the same time feel the fear and do it anyways, right? One of my biggest phrases in life, and I got this from an amazing coach of mine named Laura Wick, was let it be messy. Sometimes I like to know when that fear shows up to me, that lets me know not only am I going to grow outside of my comfort zone and I am starting something new, I'm rebuilding the neural pathways in my brain, I'm changing my nervous system, and it's kind of like a small warning to let me know I gotta lean into it being messy, because it's going to be messy, right? I think about one of the things I hate to do more than anything in the world, and there are a few people out there that I think actually enjoy this, they're strange to me, but is doing cold calls. Not something I enjoy. But I remember one time when I had to sit down and I had to do cold calls, and I remember being completely paralyzed by the fear. I think back to that time and I remember thinking, oh my God, this is gonna be terrible. I can't do this. I'm gonna sound so stupid. Like, nobody's gonna wanna work with me. Nobody's gonna answer. They're not gonna say yes. But the first 10 or 15, 20, 30, maybe even 50 are going to be terrible. Like, your first few steps into something you've never done before are going to be messy. There is no perfection. The perfection comes from doing it over and over, and you begin to perfect it. It's not the other way around. We don't prepare for perfection. We perfect through the act of being messy. opportunity to experience something that is not going away in our life at all, but we could experience in a way that really serves us. And being able to see fear even as a friend, something that is there to guide you or to let you know what's coming ahead, like that's really, really powerful. In either case, I actually see fear as a friend. Fear is either letting me know I'm getting ready to grow by trying to keep me in my comfort zone or keep me stuck, right? Or it's letting me know I need to do a U-turn, I need to turn around because there's a scary man, a scary beast, a scary something that is getting ready to kill me. Both of which serve me really well. But it is my choice in how I relate to fear, not the fear itself. Fear is its own thing. It creates all the chemicals and all of the neuroreceptors in your brain to fire and all of the chemicals to be released in your body. Fear is its own thing and its own experience in the body. What we choose to do with our relationship to fear, how we relate to what we want to name it, what we want to call it, what we want to do with it, and being mindful of the situation in which it's coming up, those are all the things that we have the incredible opportunity to be a part of. Without that, we become mindless to the reactions of what we've always been. A big family quote that we like to say is, your greatest thinking got you here. So when fear shows up, it's kind of signaling to me that, man, I'm getting ready to really step outside and create some new thought forms and create some new brain pathways. And because of that, I want to lean into my fear. And I want to move forward with my fear. Granted, I'm going to drive that car with that nagging fear in the back seat. But the point of what you hear and what I say is, I'm going to drive that car. It's not going to drive me. And that's the difference. Is when we own our relationship with fear and we choose it, we get to be the driver. We get to be in the driver's seat and own what it is that we truly want to create and how we want to create it. I hope you got something good out of this today. It was really on my heart to share about it. If you feel like this is something that you or someone you love or someone you care about really needs to hear, please share it. And if you like what you heard today, please subscribe and like it. I would love to hear your comments about how you deal with fear. Maybe you have an amazing tip or trick about how you process fear or how you deal with it that I would really love to learn about, and probably somebody else would really benefit from it too. I want to know, what are you getting out of this? So share below, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time.